the men's singles earlier today. Mixed fortunes in their singles matches. They're up against the 2022 All England champions, Fikri and Maulana. So the Indonesians, well, if you were with us yesterday, you will have enjoyed their first round match because it was 3 thrilling games against the former champions. And this from the bottom half of the draw. Fernando and Martin have lost to Gosife and Nur Izzadin. Also in this half of the draw is the former champions, Hassan and Setiawan. They are playing against Liang Weikang and Wan Chang right now on court number 2. In fact, Mohammed Hassan and Hendra Setiawan have been in 3 finals here in the men's doubles. Can they still roll back the years and get to the latter stages of the tournament? I wouldn't bet against it.
China.
So to our particular match, these are court officials for this one from China and the Netherlands.
Popov and Thomas Junior Popov, France.
So the announcements first of all for the Popov brothers. Christo, the left-hander. Now he lost earlier today to Li Shifeng at 21-11, 21-13, but Thomas Junior Popov won his second round match against Erasmus Gemco. If you were with us earlier, you would have enjoyed that one. But an hour and 13 minutes on court to come through 21-12 in the deciding game. So here is the home pair of Mohammed Sohibil Fikri and Bagus Maulana. Won the All England Championships 2 years ago. An astonishing result. One when they were ranked 28 in the world. One on their debut at the All England Championships, and one before they'd ever reached a semi-final of any previous World Tour event. Well, this will be a first meeting between these two pairs.
Okay.
And
black or red? Black for you.
So, black for the
black. You want toss?
French combination.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I think they chose black.
This side. You receive? Who serve first? This later. Okay.
Yeah, slight confusion there, I think, but if I'm correct, I think that Fikri and Maulana won the toss of the coin eventually and chose ends. And the end they chose was the far side of the court. So Christo Popov, the left-hander, is 22 years of age. They were both born in Sofia, the capital of Bulgaria. He's 5'10", whereas his older brother, Thomas Junior Popov, the 25-year-old, is 196. That's even taller than Victor Axelsen. That's 6'5". Well, they have been as high as 20. They're currently 37 on the rankings. And in the first round, they beat Alex Dunn and Adam Hall from Scotland. A very close 2-game match there. 23-21 in the second game. So to the former All England champions. And this is Mohammed Sohibil Fikri, 24 years of age from Bandung, and that equates to 5'9½", and I know that because I'm 176. How tall are you, Jeff? You must be about 180, 182. No?
I'm only 175.
Am I taller than you?
It sounds like it.
Good gracious, unless I've shrunk a bit with old age. Bagus Maulana will turn 26 next month from Cilacap in central Java. He's the taller of the two, 5'11½". Beat the former champions, the 2022 champions, Liu Yu Chen and Wu Xuan Yi. 21-18 in the deciding game. A very unusual. Their first round match, all 3 games were won and lost to 18 points. Doesn't often happen, I can tell you. But an hour and 2 minutes for that first round encounter. Well, I was mentioning that they're number 37 on the world ranking, the Popov brothers. That's the 8th ranked pair in Europe.
Come on.
It's really interesting, Jill. It just shows the depth of the, I guess, the Asian men's doubles combinations, right?
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah.
And it's also interesting, I think there's going to be the umpire's announcements. I'll come back to this in a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Muhammad Suhaibu Fikri and Bagas Maulana, Indonesia. And on my left, Christo Popov and Thomas Junior Popov, France. Muhammad Suhaibu Fikri to serve to Thomas Junior Popov, level play.
So the umpire calls for the start of play. And it is the Indonesian pair, far side of the court. Fikri and Maulana against the Popov brothers. Yeah, what I was going to say, the Popov brothers qualified for the Olympic Games at number 37 on the world ranking. They're the 8th ranked pair from Europe. There's certainly not 7 other European pairs, I don't think, on the who have qualified for the Olympics. But the point is that the Olympic qualifying regulations, there's only 16 pairs that qualify, means your point about the Asian dominance in virtually every discipline, I suppose, apart from maybe men's singles, that so many good Asian pairs, such as Fikri and Maulana, who haven't qualified, and because of the regulations, this French pair have.
Yeah, that's the, I guess that's the key with the Olympic Games, right? It's because there are a restriction on the number of pairs from a certain country. When you come from Indonesia, where men's doubles, in my opinion, is that is their main, their strongest event, then you get pairs like Maulana and Fikri missing out, which...
And they missed out by 1 place.
Service over.
1 place, because you've got to be in the top 8 in the world to get 2 pairs into the Olympic Games. And of course,
Service over. 5-1.
Alfian and Ardianto have already qualified. And the pair that picked them at number 8 was the second Chinese pair that they beat in the first round here.
That's
tough.
So tough.
That is so tough. So the first challenge of this match, and it's from the Popov brothers.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. 6-1.
Sorry to go back to the Olympic qualifying again, Jeff, but I think I can only, off the top of my head, think of 2 pairs from Europe in the men's doubles above the French pair who have also qualified. And that is obviously the Danes, yes, Astrup and Rasmussen, and Ben Lane and Sean Vendy.
Oh, Lane and Vendy, yeah, yep.
So there's only 2 pairs above them from Europe qualified, I think, off the top of my head. Yeah, that's a nice shot.
Service over.
And it has been a brilliant start to this
2,
second round
8.
match by Fikri and Maulana. Missed it. Well, as far as the
8.
Popov brothers are concerned, last year they played 21 tournaments, Jeff, and they had 19 first round losses. When they're both doing so well in the singles, I wonder about
4,
the rationale
8.
of playing doubles. What do you think?
I think
I put you on the spot.
I think
there.
a lot of people will have different opinions, but I completely agree, because I think that when they weren't doing as well in the men's singles event, so let's just say they were losing in the round of 32 first round, then playing two events is another opportunity to be out there on court, big calls, big conditions, wind, etc. It's really good, but now they can win. They can get into the latter rounds, and Tomi Junior Popov has just demonstrated that here in Indonesia. And being out there on court today when he's already been out for over an hour this morning against Rasmus Demke, does he need to be out on court right now?
Yeah, because he's got tomorrow's match to prepare for.
And number 4,
Yeah.
Interval.
I think you're right. Well, it's an 11-4 leads for Fikri and Maulana in this opening game. Was that a between the legs shot from Christo Popov? I think it might have been.
Got 1, 20 seconds. Got 1, 20 seconds.
So 11-4 the advantage for Fikri and Maulana.
11-4. Play.
Good serve. Missed it.
So, Jill, I think going back to that conversation before the mid-game interval, in conclusion, I think that they shouldn't be playing men's doubles in the tournaments. I think they should focus on singles because that's where they're really good. But also, thinking about two events, there's not really anyone who plays singles and doubles. There's definitely mixed and doubles.
Yeah.
For example, Seo from Korea.
Yeah.
Seo Sung-jae. And I think that the skills are definitely transferable, but they're definitely more transferable within the doubles, kind of mixed doubles and men's doubles, for example. So I'm not sure how much benefit there is in the men's doubles for the Popov brothers when they're starting to show their colours in singles.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Because we can already see that, you know, watching the Indonesian players play, the technique on defence, the technique on the mid-court area, the technique at the front of the court is not the sort of shots that you'd necessarily use in singles. And you can see that the Indonesians are natural doubles players. They've got those natural shots where I don't see that. To me, the Popov brothers do look like two singles players, just happen to be on the court together.
Completely agree with that, Jill.
Service over. 46. Service over. 7-14.
I'll buy you dinner, Jeff, if you can
Bristol.
name the
Maybe.
last brothers in semi-finals here. Not necessarily playing together. I'm sure you know the last brothers to win the Indonesian Open.
Service over. 15-7.
Oh, saved myself a fortune, not buying you dinner. You're looking a little blank at the moment. I know you know this.
Clear.
Razif and Jelani Sadek.
Sadek, the Sadek brothers.
I knew you knew. It's whenever I put you under pressure with a quiz question.
Okay.
I'd
yeah.
hate to go on a quiz show, you know. When we're sitting in our armchairs at home, we all know the answers. When you put on the spot.
On the spot. And you think,
Yeah.
why don't they know that?
Service over. 8-15.
For the record, the last brothers that both appeared in men's doubles semi-final, they weren't playing together, was the late Marcus Kido when he was playing with Setiawan, and his brother, Bonus Septino,
9.
was playing with
15.
Mohamed Hassan, ironically. That was back in 2009.
Service over. 16-9.
Oh, lucky net cord.
Service over. 10-16.
Nice awareness here from Emma Jr. Taking step early there to take that really high off the net.
4. Service over. 17-10.
Oh, yes. That's a beautiful change of pace.
10.
Big power here from Maulana. And a leap and pace out from Fikri. So smart.
Come on.
Two points from the opening game. One point from the opening game. Fikri and Maulana.
Game point 10.
On a run of 4 straight points.
Service over. 11-20.
Yeah. Opening game 21-11
First game won
in
by
favour
Maulana
of Fikri and Maulana.
And Bagas Maulana 21-11.
21-11, and they look totally dominant throughout, in all honesty. And then look at Thomas Junior Popov there. Doesn't know where to go. Hiding at the front of the court. Just 13 minutes for the opening game. 21-11.
Clock 120 seconds. Clock 120 seconds. Second game, level play.
So the umpire calls for the start of the second game. Fikri and Maulana, 1 game to the good. 21-11, that opening game.
1 love.
Yeah.
Service over. 1-all.
Yeah, it's good work at the front of the court. But look at the difference in the size of the racket swing from Christo Popov in comparison to the Indonesians. Yeah, that's a nice defensive shot, albeit it seemed to be a bit of a miss hit and therefore a little bit lucky.
Service over. 2-all. Service over. 3-2.
Christo Popov again doing a really good job at intercepting that mid-court shot. I like this kind of initiative play from the French players though now. The Popov brothers, they're starting to challenge a bit more in that mid-court battle. Even though they've lost that rally there, I feel like they do need to challenge it. They can't just give away the attack too easily.
Service over. 4-3.
Way long of the back line.
Service over. 4-all. Quick. Hotel.
Nice. Oh gosh, that's a lovely shot.
Great vision there from Maulana. Huge space to the front court there. Christo kind of covering backwards to the rear court.
Service over.
Well, I've seen this Indonesian pair lose concentration in the past and go off the boil. That was a wonderful visual of how the serve is tumbling. That's well taken.
Service over. 6-5.
Here's a lot better activity here from the
7-5.
Popov brothers. You can see them, both of them got their racket up, ready and waiting. Have a look there.
Eight, 5. Service over. 6, 8.
Oh. Oh, my
Oh.
goodness. That is amazing. How on earth did they win that rally?
7, 8.
I don't even know how Christo Popov hit that shot.
That one. That one.
His
How on
legs in
earth,
the air.
How did he do that?
Thank
Will
you.
that be in your coaching next week with your players?
I don't think you can teach that, Jill.
7, 8.
Oh, brilliant. Well, he's certainly committed to this, is Christo Popov, throwing himself all over the place. Oh, that was Thomas Jr. that time.
Crystal.
He needs to be
Crystal.
careful that he doesn't
Check
injure
score.
himself. Got a quarter-final in the men's singles to play tomorrow.
Thank you. Get ready.
Just wide.
Service over. 8, 9. Fourth.
So
9.
back level at
all.
9-all.
Service over. 10, 9.
Yeah, well worked by the Indonesians.
11, 9.
And the
interval.
reward is a 2-point advantage at the mid-game interval here in the second game, having already won the first. Yeah, Popov brothers pulled out of position. Nobody was covering the back of the court. They were both wanting to encroach forward towards the net.
Got 20 seconds. Got 20 seconds. Coaches, retreat to chairs. Players back on court. Bagas. Bagas. 11, 9. Play.
That's nice.
Service over. 10, 11.
We've seen Christo Popov in this second game really take some chances at the net. He's reading it well at the moment.
Way long on the back line.
Service over. 12, 10. Toma. Get ready to receive. Service over. 11, 12.
I have a feeling he should have left that. I think that might have gone long of the back line. Brilliant.
Service over. 13, 11. Thank you. Toma.
Oh, lucky net cord from Maulana.
14, 11. Service over. 12, 14.
I was chatting to Steen while we were watching Fikri and Maulana yesterday, I think it was, or was it on Tuesday? And
Service over.
about the fact that they
15,
haven't actually won a
12.
title since the All England Championships, and they've been in 5 further finals since. And I wondered whether it was perhaps playing on their minds. Steen thought not, but from a player's perspective,
Service over.
would it play on your mind?
13.
Do you mean about not
15.
winning in 5 finals? Do you
Yeah.
mean? I think so.
Yeah.
Just because I guess you remember what it was like the last time over and over and over. And finals are still a great result, of course. But
Of course.
Service over.
It
16,
would
away
bother
with the All
me.
England.
13.
I think that, you know, I mean, many
Toma.
moons ago when I used to be a player, I used to play a little bit. And, you know, to play against the top Chinese or the top Koreans. And I was fortunate enough that on occasions we did beat them. But when you
17,
keep losing to the same pair,
13.
not that they've lost every time to the same pair, Fikri and Maulana, I couldn't stop myself from thinking, oh no, here we go again.
Yep. Here we go again. Is probably the as a coach that the the story that needs to come out of your mind. But at the
over.
same time, it's so hard when it is on repeat. It just gets
14,
reinforced 5
17.
times. You've
Crystal.
lost in the finals for
Yeah.
Maulana and Fikri. So I think there's a huge psychological component to
Thank
that.
you.
Yes, I agree.
Service over. 18, 14. Board.
Yeah, that's a nice shot from Cristo.
Service over. 15, 18. Service over. 19, 15.
Just 2 points away from a first ever quarter-final at their home event. Maulana and Fikri. That's a good smash.
Service over. 16, 19. Service over. 20, match point, 16.
4 match point opportunities for the Indonesians. Oh dear, a service error on match point.
Service over. 17, 20.
Oh my goodness, he sort of stumbled there.
Game.
This time, second time of asking. And Mohamed Sohibul Fikri and Bagas Maulana of Indonesia safely through to the quarterfinals, their first quarterfinal at this event. 21-11, 21-17.
Mohamed
A
Sohibul
match
Fikri
lasting a
and
little over the
Bagas
half an hour
Maulana.
mark.
21-11, 21-17.
They were always a class above, really, the Indonesians, weren't they, Jeff?
Yeah, I think, as we talked about earlier, Jill, 2 natural doubles players versus probably 2 natural singles players who are playing doubles together. Yeah, it's always going to be hard work. But I think the Popov brothers did a lot better in that second game.
They certainly did. There is confirmation of the scoreline, 21-11, 21-17. A match rounded up to 32 minutes. Well, that's it for today. We have quarterfinals tomorrow, and it is a little bit different tomorrow. As you can see, we have 2 court coverage for 2 sessions. The first session at 9 AM local time, 2 matches then. Then the second session from 1:30 in the afternoon local time, 8 matches from there. So until the quarterfinals tomorrow, from all of us here, from Jeff Toe and myself, Jill Clark, we'll see you for quarterfinals. Bye for now.